everybody, welcome back to another session of the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and this week we are going to be focusing, for once, not on a brewery. So we've been focusing a lot on certain breweries, just because I feel like there have been a lot that I really wanted to share with you guys. But I wanted to kind of take a break this week and really, I was kind of looking at some of my beers, and I thought, what could I do that's creative, and kind of mix it up a little bit. So what I decided to do was, I wanted to do a week on stouts, but I didn't want to do a week yet on imperial stouts. I'll try to, maybe do something like that a little bit later on this year, maybe when it starts to cool down a little bit. But I did just get in a couple of cases of the creme brulee stout from Southern Tier, so I thought, you know what, let's do a milk/sweet stout week. And I'll share one of those with you, I think maybe on Wednesday. But today I wanted to share 3 Floyds Moloko Milk Stout. Now this is named after one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies. I'm sure you've seen it. If not, you need to go out and get it. It's called A Clockwork Orange. But anyway, there's a scene in the movie where all of the guys, the main characters, go into the Moloko milk bar. And it's got this same font as you kind of can see on the bottle right here. It's called the Moloko Milk Bar. So this is a milk stout, and that's why they're kind of using that play on the Moloko Milk Bar. So just to give you a brief history on milk stouts or sweet stouts, they are brewed with what's called lactose milk sugar. And so it generally gives the beers a little bit more sweetness. They're usually a little bit, I guess, more chewy. That's the phrase that I always use. Something that's just bigger. They're not watery, but the mouthfeel on them is usually really big and sweet and heavy. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I've actually had this one in my collection for quite a while. One of the reasons why I've put off reviewing it is because it has one of my favorite labels on it. If you've seen the movie, then you know that they've done a really good job of kind of capturing the idea of that movie on this beer label. So anyway, I will quit digressing. I'll pour some of this in here, and let's get milk and sweet stout week underway. Groovy! And I've got its big brother sitting right next to it, Mr. Dark Lord. So I hope you're enjoying that. Hopefully you can see that label. But anyway, so I always say this, but it's true. It looks like a stout. It's black. I only see maybe a really dark raisin color right around the edges. Aside from that, completely opaque and jet black. The head on it, traditional color, traditional look. I really do like the head color on this one though. I call it that roasted hazelnut color. If you take hazelnuts and you roast them just perfectly in the oven for a certain amount of time, they really take on this rich tan color. It's not just tan or khaki, but it's a little bit darker than that. Almost the color of like a hazelnut chocolate ice cream. But anyway, really, really, really like that. So I'm definitely smelling those malts in there. It does have a big sweetness on the nose as well. Maybe even a touch of caramel and vanilla, which I'm really liking there. It definitely smells milky though, and when I say it smells milky, I think that's kind of where that vanilla essence is coming from. Really, really, really like the nose. It's very subtle as well. There's nothing that just immediately pops out at you as kind of being the star of the show. Everything kind of seems to be rounded out perfectly in there. Yeah, the caramel in there is very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and try it because pretty psyched. Again, sorry to see this bottle go, but hey, you know what? I can get another one. Also wanted to point out, this is a seasonal release for them. I think it comes out in August, so we're coming up on August. I'll probably try to see if I can't get a couple of these in a trade. Maybe I can drive up to Chicago and pick up a couple of these. But anyway, clocks in right at 8%. which is a touch over what the normal milk stout range is, but hey, you know, that's what Three Floyds does. They push the envelope, normally with hops, but in this case with alcohol. So with that said, here it goes. Okay, well, it's definitely sweet, and it tastes a lot like it smells. The only thing that I'm really not getting that I thought I would is that the mouthfeel isn't as heavy and as sweet as I thought it would be. Now, I've had the creme brulee 100 times, you know, and because it's kind of in this style, though I know that's more of like an imperial milk stout, you know, this one's really lighter on the palate. It's not light by any stretch of the imagination. I don't want you to, you know, I don't want you to think that this is, you know, watery or anything like that. It's more along the lines of like a Guinness, though, you know, kind of really lighter, but it definitely has that sweetness from those sugars. And there's a touch of coffee, too, when you drink it. Now, it's not like, you know, a real dark, rich espresso coffee, probably because they don't really add any, I don't think they add coffee to this. In fact, anywhere I read never said anything about coffee, but, you know, those dark malts really kind of take on that coffee character anyway, but yeah, so, you know, pretty decent beer. I guess I was, you know, really kind of hoping for more of a mouthfeel on it, but that doesn't mean, you know, that it's bad. I guess, you know, your expectations from the style, from the nose, you know, you kind of hope it's going to live up to that on the palate. And I think really it's just that lack of body or mouthfeel that keeps me from really, you know, just loving this beer. I mean, I'm certainly not having any problems putting it away, as you can tell. Anyway, well, not bad for a Monday. It's a good start to the week. Like I said, on Wednesday, if you come back, we'll be taking a look at the Southern Tier Creme Brulee Stout, which is probably the most discussed beer in my family. My mother-in-law loves it. I love it. My wife loves it. It's just a really amazing beer. And then on Friday, we're going to take a look at the Surly 4, which, you know, really looking forward to that one as well. So I'm just going to leave you with one question today, and I think it's fairly obvious because of what we reviewed. What is your favorite Stanley Kubrick movie? I would say Clockwork Orange is up there for me, but I really liked his last movie that he did before he passed away. You may or may not have heard of it. It's called Eyes Wide Shut. I just think it's a really beautiful movie. I love the music in it. I love the scenery, and I'm not just talking about the naked women, though that's nice. But anyway, let me know what your favorite Kubrick movie is. I know a lot of people love his movies, so I think we should see what you like. So, well, anyway, thanks a lot for coming back to the Hopry. You can follow me at twitter.com/thehopry, and please go to my website, www.thehopry.com. We'll see you next time. Cheers.